On Earth Day, 1990, New York City ran a small experiment that sounded like a punishment. They took 42nd Street, one of the busiest, most impatient streets in Manhattan, and closed it to cars for the day. Everyone braced. Close a major street and every car on it has to squeeze in somewhere else. The people in charge of traffic expected a mess. That is not even a prediction, really. It is just arithmetic. Except it is not what happened. By most accounts from that day, traffic around the closed street did not choke. It kept moving, by some reports, better than usual. The grid, minus one busy street, flowed more smoothly than the grid with it. And New York is not the only name on this list. Seoul tore out an entire elevated expressway through its downtown, a road that had been carrying well over 100,000 cars a day, and the citywide gridlock everyone warned about never showed up. There is a small, quiet collection of cities around the world that lost a road and gained some speed, which should not be possible. A road is capacity. Losing one should hurt. So in the next few minutes, I want to show you why it can help instead, with one small map, 4,000 cars, and an idea strange enough that you will want to check the math yourself. The idea has a name. In 1968, a German mathematician named Dietrich Braess sat down to study how traffic spreads across a network of roads and found something strange enough that it now carries his name. Adding a road to a network can slow down every driver in it, not the unlucky ones, every single one. Here is his trap, rebuilt as one small map. One city, 4,000 cars, all trying to get from the west side to the east side at 6 in the evening. 2 routes, and each route has 2 halves. One half is a wide highway, slow but steady, 45 minutes no matter how many cars show up. The other half is a narrow road, quick when it is empty but touchy. The more cars pile onto it, the longer it takes. Left to themselves, the 4,000 cars split evenly. 2,000 take the northern route, 2,000 take the southern one. The narrow halves each carry a comfortable load and take about 20 minutes. 20 plus 45, everyone is home in 65 minutes. Not great, not terrible. Call it a truce. Now the city, trying to help, builds a shortcut. A short, fast connector right through the middle, so short we can round it down to free. And the shortcut does something sneaky. It lets a clever driver chain the 2 narrow halves together and skip the slow highways entirely. Look at it from inside one car. The narrow roads are running at 20 minutes each. 20 plus a free hop plus 20. 40 minutes instead of 65. It is not a trick question. It is the best route on the map, and you would be a little silly not to take it. Here is the problem. 4,000 drivers are all looking at the same map. So they pour in. And the narrow roads are touchy, remember. Every extra car nudges them slower. 20 minutes becomes 25, becomes 30, becomes 40. When the dust settles, the whole river of cars is crawling down 2 narrow roads that were never built to carry all of it, and the trip takes 80 minutes. 80. It was 65 before anyone tried to help. And now comes the part that turns this from a mistake into a trap. Suppose you personally wise up. You go back to your old route, the wide, steady highway. That is 45 minutes, plus a narrow half that everyone else is still jamming at 40, 85. Swearing off the shortcut makes your own drive worse, so you grit your teeth and keep taking it. Everyone runs the same numbers, everyone stays. 4,000 people are now locked by their own perfectly sound reasoning into an evening that is 15 minutes worse than the one they used to have, and not one of them can escape it alone. Maybe you were thinking, I would never have taken the shortcut in the first place. And honestly, that would not save you. The moment enough other drivers take it, the narrow roads clog and your old 65-minute route quietly becomes an 85-minute one. You never touched the new road. It reached out and touched you. Which is what makes the fix so eerie. Close the shortcut and nothing is lost. There is no sacrifice hiding in the fine print. Nobody is asked to take one for the team. Delete that one tempting road, and the 4,000 cars settle back into their even split. The narrow halves breathe again, and everyone, every single driver, gets home 15 minutes sooner. The network was never short of asphalt. It was carrying one option so individually irresistible and so collectively expensive that the kindest thing anyone could do for every person on that map was to take the option away. That is what those cities kept stumbling into, not magic, housekeeping. And if it still feels like the arithmetic must be cheating somewhere, you are in good company. This trap is wired so deep into how networks work that it shows up where there are no humans at all, in electric circuits, in power grids, even on a lab bench, in a contraption of springs and string where snipping the middle cord makes the hanging weight rise. No drivers, no decisions, no traffic report. Same trap. The selfishness is optional. The geometry is not. Now, to be fair to roads, this does not happen everywhere all the time. When traffic is light, a shortcut is just a shortcut. Take it and enjoy it. When traffic gets heavy enough, drivers give up on the clogged shortcut all by themselves. The trap lives in the middle, in that ordinary, weekday band of busy but moving where cities actually spend their evenings, which is exactly what made it worth naming. It sits where we live. And notice what did not happen here. Nobody new showed up. This is not the story where extra lanes quietly summon extra drivers out of the whole city. That one is called induced demand, and it is its own kind of trap. Here, the same 4,000 cars made the same trip the whole time. All that changed was the menu. One extra choice, offered to everyone at once, made every single chooser worse off. Your own smart move stopped working the moment it became everyone's smart move. And if that sentence feels familiar, it is because you live it in miniature all week long. Start with the one in your pocket. A navigation app is built to answer exactly one question: what is fastest for you right now? It is very good at that question, but it is answering that question for everyone else on the road at the same moment, and at rush hour, everyone tends to get the same answer. When it finds a clever little side street, it does not whisper, it announces the discovery to every phone in the city. The side street gets its 20 minutes of fame, and then it is just another jam. The old version of this trap took weeks to build, as drivers found a shortcut one by one. Now the whole cycle can finish before you finish your coffee. The same shape runs through your office. Pinging someone directly beats writing it up properly, quicker for you, a small tax on them. One person doing it is efficiency. Everyone doing it is a workplace where nobody gets 10 quiet minutes to think, and even the pings come back slower, or the meeting that gets booked because it is faster than email. Each one, on its own, is the fastest path for whoever booked it. A calendar packed with everyone's fastest paths is a week where nothing moves at all. It even happens inside the jam itself. You spot the faster lane on the highway and slide across, and so does every driver in your mirror who saw exactly what you saw, and a few seconds later the fast lane is the slow one, with you in it. None of this makes the options evil, and I am not about to tell you to delete your map app or boycott your meetings. It is worth knowing what cities do about it though. Some delete the tempting road. Some fence it off, for buses or bikes or nobody at all. Some leave it open and put a price on it, so it stops being free. People argue loudly about which of those is the right move, and this video is not going to referee that argument, because underneath, the mechanism does not care what the move is called. All three are the same quiet act, noticing that one irresistible option is costing everybody and taking it off the table. So think back to that day in 1990 when New York closed one of its angriest streets and the traffic exhaled. Nobody in this story was foolish. Not the planners who built the shortcuts. Wanting to hand people a faster way home is a kind impulse. And not the drivers who took them, because every driver did the reasonable thing. That is the quiet, unsettling beauty of it. The jam was built entirely out of good decisions. None of this comes with homework. There is no rule to write down, nothing to uninstall, no lane you are supposed to nobly refuse. Just notice, now and then, where the crowding in your week is coming from. Help usually arrives as more roads, more options, more ways through. And once in a while, the thing that finally clears the road is one door fewer.